like I say, even on small levels, local shows, little arenas and stuff like that. Steroids, and if you get caught doing steroids, I think the penalty should be real high, so nobody won't do it again. If you getting smacked on the wrist, I mean, everybody gonna be like, all right, well, ain't nothing but a smack on the wrist. I'll take a smack on the wrist and take the victory, or get out of the situation. But if they penalize you deep, taking money out your pocket in prison time, motherfucker think twice about taking steroids and trying to hurt somebody, because that's an assault. That's
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, dangerous with a deadly weapon on all levels. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you training, not only you training to beat somebody up, you enhancing yourself to be, you know what I'm saying, to be
A
physically
machine.
stronger. Yeah, I have no remorse or nobody who
Right.
cheat when it comes to boxing. Or in any sport, card games or whatever the case may be, cheating is never an option on my behalf. That's just my perspective.
So Kareem, your take on it, you know?
Well, my take on the steroids in particular, like you said, you training someone, if you're training to, you sharpening this tool to get, you know, to its best, considering that, you know, you're doing things that's pretty much humanly impossible, you know? So that's what changes the dynamics, is you're doing something that a body would naturally be able to do, you know, running X amount of rounds, doing X amount of, you know, punches on a bag, you know? So considering that, you know, a motherfucking man will be only able to do 100 punches in a round, but now, shit, you got them roids, you damn near doubling up. You doing damn near, you can throw 200 around. And a person be like, well, you know, what does that do? That's now you're able to, your body, for one, you're able to do more and also recover. You know, a lot of people don't talk about the recovery of the steroids. It's about the recovery.
He was moving it around.
He was making some valid points, some stuff that he just said that brought a light to my mind, like the recovery time. You know what I'm saying? That's fact.
My bad. Lost you there. But I was saying, yeah, man, the recovery is the recovery is all where it is. I mean, fighters know, or any athletes know, when you dog yourself in a workout, you're done for a day or two. But with them roids, boy, you're recovering way better, which means you can stack way more workouts in, opposed to being able to do one or two and be drained for almost 2 days. Now you're doing fucking three workouts in one day, feeling fresh tomorrow. You know what I mean? So ultimately, you know, going back to what he said, man, it's dangerous. And at the end of the day, man, it's we put our lives on the line when we're in there. We're literally trying to assault you. And ultimately, you know, you, like I said, you ain't trying to kill nobody, but you want them dead. If that makes sense. When you in the ring,
it makes sense to me.
No, exactly, bro. You don't want to kill, of course, you know, you want somebody to go. You want everybody to go home to their parents. You want them to go to their family, to the kids, wife and kids. But literally, when that bell say ding, bro, you literally trying to kill that man. Ultimately, really, at the end of the day. So, so like you said, adding steroids to that is definitely not a good look.
Okay, you guys are both boxers here, so this gets touchy too, because you guys are part of you guys were part of the industry. Ant seems like he's, you know, you never know with Ant, right? Ant probably pop in if he gets that opportunity, you know, if these promoters do it right.
Why not? 39-1 record shit. Why not?
Right. Hey, man, we waiting on that guy to come make a splash, man. We like, the record is too, man. Come on, man. Come on,
if I get $1 for every time I'm at a gym or in the street corners, people say that, I'll be a multi-millionaire on top of multi-millionaire.
Right.
It's like people get upset with me, like I'm not trying to put in the work. Like I didn't just get in shape 7 times in a row and couldn't fight on a Javante Tank Davis card, Adrian Bronner card, ND. I'm talking about all of these cards. And you know, bro, that week of the fight is the most deadliest time of your life.
Absolutely.
All my fights was getting canceled the day of or the 2-3 days.
Circumstantial. So, the circumstances. Okay, that's what's going on, man.
Yeah. But
so check it. This topic's gonna get deep, and you know, the last thing I want is anybody hitting me up saying, "Yo, don't switch it up, man." Nah, right here. Watch what you say, because this is
right.
This is gonna get real deep here. All right,
absolutely.
You guys have a lot to say about that, but my take in steroids is we choose to want to talk about it when we want to talk about it and who we talking it about.
Right.
Have we heard a lot of legends get popped?
Yep,
And
sure.
I got one that I was very disappointed on when I heard about it, and
It's probably on the thumbnail.
yeah, and I won't say his name because I got so much respect
I
and
have
love for him, man.
I have so much respect for I called one of them. You understand? But at the end of the day, I had to keep it a buck. You know what I mean? And this is just public information. I'm gonna read what I seen.
Right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite boxers. I'm gonna be real with you. It's like most of them are my favorite ones. If we're gonna talk about them, right? Here it is. I called one of them. The one I called today, my bro. We're gonna talk to him a little bit later, and we can get his thoughts because in boxing, sometimes you have a team around you that's giving you things and you're not aware of.
True.
And a lot of people be like, nah, there's no way, Mills, there's no way. Yes, of course that's such a thing. Of course that's such a thing. But I'm going to listen to everybody's story regardless. First one that I called probably like 30 minutes ago was James Toney. I looked at it, he got popped. Roy Jones, another one. You know what I mean? Sugar Shane Mosley, another one. Canelo Alvarez, another one. You know what I mean? Eric Morales, another one. You know what I mean? There's a history here, but we choose to talk about it when we want to talk about it and who we want to talk it about. So now we're talking about it's Ryan's turn today.
Right.
This is his turn now.
Right.
And considering who he is as a social media presence, he's getting attacked a certain type of way. But in the same time, we have to also talk about politics,
right,
and steroids, because that's another that
Makes sense.
that
That makes
shakes
sense.
the whole thing. That's like adding another dice to the game. You know what I'm saying? So go right ahead, guys, and touch up on that of all that stuff that I just mentioned.
Hey, bro, you got it.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, as far as to be honest, my initial thoughts was that Ryan actually put those allegations out himself, and personally, like, why would he do that? Is because, man, he's a fucking troller. He's an Instagram influencer. So it's like, okay, after maybe a few weeks, the win over Devin starts to die out. How do you keep your name in a mix? Say he was busted with steroids, knowing that if I actually wasn't busted with if I wasn't busted or if I know I'm clean, it's a good look for me. Any news, any media is good media, what they say, right? So, yeah, now his name is still ringing. Now his name is going into months, and now he's looking to prove himself to be, clean. And just kind of going back to what Devin said, he did an interview, I think it was on ESPN, and he was just like, to be honest, I didn't like the way that he I didn't like the way that he assumed and kind of made it as if it was official, and he hasn't necessarily been charged or he hasn't been officially tested to say that it was positive. So it just with Devin saying, hey, Will, man, man, he felt, I don't know, I ain't gonna quote him verbatim, but he was just like, man, he felt stronger than, I've never been outclassed and all this. And it's like, damn, wait, bro, the allegations ain't came out yet, Dev. Maybe.
Pump
And then
it.
if he comes out, now it's looking like, oh, well, he was clean, and you never been out. Now it's looking like he's just ultimately the better fighter,
No,
But my thing is, though, if a trace of anything is found in you, something was done. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I mean? If it was a trace of cannabis in my shit, that don't mean I smoke, but maybe I was definitely sitting around some smokers. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts on it.
And
I just feel like you said, it's levels to this. Ryan's social media, his popularity level is high, so people are going to attack him on all levels. But I must say this though, I've been on social media since 2013. I've watched when Adrian Bronner took his first L, how many people was dogging him, and it was so popular. I've never seen something like this before with Ryan and Devin. Like so many people is attacking both mean, and especially with this so-called allegedly failed drug test or whatever, I've never seen so many people, a person so popular, so like watched. Every time you look at a reel, it's something got to do with Ryan Garcia. If it ain't
Right.
Ryan and
Fact.
Devin, it's Ryan. If it ain't Ryan and Devin, it's Ryan.
Right.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Like wow, like that's deep. So I just feel like I said, I'm not condoning anything with taking bad
Everything's
stuff.
forgiven, right? That he did, like overweight and the drug test, it's all forgiven because I think like all his craziness has overshadowed like the wrong that he's done. I feel like, right? Is that what you're
I
trying to say?
mean, forget it. It all depends on who's forgiving him. Like me, I'm never going to forgive a person for
Yeah. But
losing
I'm saying
2 years.
everybody else is like put so much emphasis on like the crazy stuff that he does and his popularity. I feel like any other fighter they would have gotten crucified, for like even having whatever it was that he had in his blood and like coming 3 pounds overweight, they'd never get the light of day. They wouldn't be on a crazy
Or if
press
that was,
squad.
I know what you're saying. If that was a Floyd Mayweather or Terrence Crawford, that's you
Yeah,
would have never hit the end of that shit.
yeah,
Earl
exactly.
Smith, any of our superstars that we got in boxing go through anything like that. Oh, good luck getting back in the game with that one.
Right.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. It's
So
insane.
so now, Ant, you said you will never forgive. I mean, now I mentioned all those legends. I mean, is that the same thing? Does that go that same route with those guys too?
I can't really say because at the end of the day, I don't know whether they cleared themselves or not, or was it a mistake or whatever the case may be. Because if y'all noticed, when Lamont Peterson fought Amir Khan back in
So that
2011, they said that
yes.
he had a failed drug test, and I'm glad everybody's here to witness this. My brother, I remember, and that's why I never jumped on Ryan the way that I did because I know my brother. My brother is a fucking animal. And everybody always had a debate about the Peterson brother. No, let me tell you front and center. Lamont Peterson is a dog. You hear me? I'm talking about ruthless football, basketball, boxing, whatever you put him in, he gonna be the best competitor, the best
I used to spar
ruthless.
him, and I'm a light heavyweight. I
And
just seen him spar
he
heavyweights, walk
he
him down.
he sparred Riddick Bowe, and Riddick Bowe was in his heyday. This is facts, bro. I'm talking about Lamont is different, different. He ain't
So
never. We
so
ain't never.
he
Huh?
was brought up on some steroids allegations some time ago.
Yeah.
Then, so
Yeah,
let
yeah.
me ask you this right quick. Then, how does
But
something like
hold
that
on, hold on,
happen?
hold on.
Okay, okay,
Let him finish because I think he was
okay.
gonna
Yep,
cook. But hold that question though. Ant,
yep.
finish that.
It was. I remember when Lamont beat Khan. Lamont beat Khan in DC, December 10th of 2011.
Yep.
Everything was cool. Everything was velvet. I remember
Hmm.
Lamont was about to fight Manuel Marquez, July 19th of 2012. But I don't know what happened between him leaving the house, him fighting Marquez, and then him coming back saying, I'm doing a rematch with Amir Khan and uh in Vegas. So I'm like, okay, cool. But we went to Vegas March 19th and they had made Lamont take a sample. I remember the sample. Lamont peed in the cup, but he didn't seal it up like he's supposed to. And that's when they came out saying that Lamont had a testosterone in it. Some stuff they were saying that he had. Um, but it was. I know it was nonsense. It was a lot of stuff that was rigged. But when Lamont cleared itself, it became clean. Nobody really put it out there like how it was in the newspaper broadcasted very big
Right,
when they said that he was
right.
dirty. But then when they found out, it was like, yeah, he was not dirty. It was in a small portion of the
Facts.
newspaper. They
All
didn't
right, you
blow
know
it
how
up
that
and
should
say,
be.
man, Lamont Peterson was clean. He never did this. He never did that. No, that Lamont never did anything. Lamont, like I said, we never ever took no extra supplement to further ourselves to beat anybody in the ring. Ever. Never.
Right. So
That you are
and that's
aware of. That what you were aware of.
Yeah, that I was aware of. Facts.
Now your question, what was that, Kareem? Hopefully
and
you
I was
didn't
saying,
forget it.
well, no, I was just wondering as far as like how does that come up? Like like for them to like how are they fucking up like that? And then is that like defamation of character? And that's a two-part question. I mean, and then just recently the shit happened to Alicia Bangardi. You know what I
Oh,
mean? And she was uh and they found out that she was clean. But I'm like, how is this happening? And like how are they putting these allegations out before it's actually official?
Yeah, because when they do those tests, they seal it up. It's like some real deal stuff, you know. It's like pretty heavy duty stuff. You know, they come to your house at a random time, and so it really shouldn't be any mistakes unless, you know, like I've heard Victor
Right.
Conti. I heard Victor Conti say like sometimes, like I seen him. He said it on the interview. Sometimes like supplements you take and stuff, like whatever they're being
Right.
held
Steve, put
in.
your face on the camera so the YouTube can
Mm-hmm.
see you.
Yeah, he said sometimes like the containers and stuff that have the supplements and stuff, sometimes they might be like maybe they can clean it out properly or
No
something, but I don't know.
shit.
I feel like these fights are too high profile to be making
Them
mistakes
type
like
of, yeah,
that.
yeah, nah, for
No,
sure,
right.
for sure.
Facts.
You
But
know,
this is the politics. You heard what he said? These big fights. Keyword,
Mm.
big. Politics. Big
yeah,
bets.
Right.
Talk to me.
but my confusion was because I seen that Victor Conti, he said, hey, if Ryan's putting out misinformation, like I don't know who did what or anything, but I'm just trying to get an understanding of it. But he said, um, Ryan, they didn't get the test for 72 hours. He tested like on the 19th or the 20th, and they didn't get the results for 72 hours. But it took like a while to, you
Yeah,
know,
that was
the,
that's
you
strange. Like,
yeah, it was strange. I feel like they normally give you your results a little bit quicker, but he posted that they put 72 hours. You know, I'm cool with Victor Conti and stuff. I asked him like a lot of questions, so I just wasn't too sure exactly what was up with all that. But I don't know.
No, yeah.
It must be new rules.
And if you said you cool with Victor Conti, and if you cool with him like I'm cool with him, you know he fill you in. The man can talk. He can
No,
talk,
hey, I've been
and he
asking.
knows, and he's
I've been
very
asking.
knowledgeable.
No, I've been
He got
asking. He
he's
been
long.
putting
He's
me
very
on.
long winded, but the dude is very knowledgeable.
Yeah,
I tell
listen,
you that. And Victor, he'll give you the game.
All right,
yeah, no, I
Joe.
talk to him damn near every day
Ryan.
because I'll be asking. I text him and I'll be asking him, but I guess there's some stuff he's not allowed to say right now, you know,
What's
because
up?
I don't know legally, you know.
No, we're talking about Ryan Garcia still in the steroid situation, and we're talking about just boxing and steroids in total. What you think about boxing and steroids in total? I mean, so many legends have been popped.
I mean, I think that we need to have stricter punishment. I think the reason there is so much and it's so prevalent is, first of all, we don't have something that's a blanket as far as what's the standard. People are highly confused off of the three programs, or yeah, wait, yeah, three programs. Sorry, I haven't had my coffee, so um, um,
What you
the
referring
three
to,
programs,
Vada and
huh?
all them?
Sorry.
Yeah, Vada and
Water.
other two.
No, just even VADA in itself, like, right? Like, so there's VADA 24/7 365, which
Mm-hmm.
it said in its name. And then there's VADA for a fight, right? Just for a specified time, usually just the camp. Um, from whether it's 8 weeks out or 12 week out, that's up to, the two fighters that agree, because this is now it's voluntary, right? I mean, it's always voluntary because you put it, if you go to 24/7 365, no one's twisting your arm to do that. But then the one that's leading up to the fight is two fighters that are like, listen, only for this specific period of time for this fight. That's it. After the fight, you're not going to just show up at my birthday party and decide to test me.
Right.
Then there's the World Boxing Council, the WBC CBP, Clean Boxing Program, which is uh, the top 15 fighters of all classes and both genders are in the pool to be able to be tested 24/7, 365. But if you're looking at the how much money is going to be had to test that many freaking fighters in the top 15 of each weight division, you could go a year and not get tested even once under that program. So I think people get confused with all those three different programs to begin with.
Right.
But my whole thing is, I don't know if you saw, Mill, on Twitter yesterday. There were some people, I was talking about just math, right? And someone asked me about IVs. I was like, nah, in New York you can't use IVs. It's illegal completely. And VADA has 100 ml every 12 hours that you can do. And they're like, well, so what does that say anything about Ryan? I was like, what are you talking about? And I guess they pointed me to the direction of the episode 1 of what is it called? 40 days before the fight. And I guess Ryan was hooked up to a 250 ml bag from what it looked like in his hotel room. He was already in Vada then. And then also it was in NYC, and NYC doesn't allow it at all. So I think this is just getting a little bit ridiculous at this point. Like, how many things Ryan's going to have to fight against and prove at this point why he was, like that. I'm going to put you on mute real quick. My dog's angry.
All right. Hey, is there ever blood testing for it, or in particular, or does any of the agency do blood for in the testing, or is it all urine?
No,
Well,
oh, sorry. Go ahead. You could go ahead.
oh no, it's okay. Go.
Yeah, it's random on both, like when they're going to test the blood. Like, so
Okay.
sometimes they come and test just urine.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's always urine, but then when you see 2 people show up, you know for damn sure that you're getting blood taken
Okay.
because one of them is the blood person.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I just speaking of Victor Conti. Victor Conti is just like really within a certain period of time, you can run a train. You can run a train through your urine system, basically saying that it can go undetected. With the urine, it's not as official as the blood. My question is though, like, how close can they give you a blood test to the fight? Because if I got a big fight come up, I'm not trying to give not a drop of blood. Like, I don't know if anybody can answer that one, but do you know if they have a? Because I know with the urine, they can damn near pull up a day before the fight, day up. But with the blood, do you know if they can do that shit within a few days, or does it
No.
have to be weeks?
I mean, that's an interesting point because I think that maybe that when you're signing up for VADA, you specifically say, I don't want blood
Right,
taken,
right,
whatever you're saying, because I never even thought about that. So I never, put in that, I guess, disclaimer
right,
because I'm pretty damn sure Nonito's never had blood like the week of the fight. I don't
right,
I'd have to go through like my 50 freaking VADA results test to see like if we did. But if when he wakes up, I'll ask him and I'll ping Mill. But I'm pretty sure they never did because they know that the fighters are cutting weight that week.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, you mess with Team Daenerys?
I'm his wife,
Oh, hey, wifey.
his ex-girlfriend.
All right. It's all good. Yeah. That's my guy, Team Daenerys. I'm from the Bay Area, so I fuck with them real tough. Been knowing them for quite some time. Absolutely.
Oh, hey.
So yeah, so I know she's knowledgeable.
What was the thing Victor was saying about, like, he was like maybe Ryan had took a little bit of whatever he had tested positive for, and then it probably didn't show throughout the camp until like he cut the weight, and then
Mm,
sometimes it pops out
Oh,
of the pool or something.
see, when you talk to me about like half-lives and how long it stays in your system, like that's something I'm not
Yeah,
knowledgeable about, and I've made that
yeah.
damn known because people are like, "Can it help?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't know. I don't do steroids." Like, and so like I would say 99.9% of the things that people ask me, I try to at least have my own experience in it or have been around it. And so, when they're talking about what is it, Nangeline and
Austrian.
Austrian, I'm like, yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
like,
had
I
to
don't,
Google them and
yeah,
ask Victor. He told me.
yeah, and there's people that are talking about it on YouTube, and I'm assuming they have used it. But the thing is, in their studies or what they're saying in it, what we're taking out is the factor of dehydration. Because yeah, I'm sure a football player can take it, and in some sort of dosages where he's gonna, have whatchamacallit, have performance enhancing abilities on it, in addition to if he takes it on Monday, then by Friday, like it's going to be at this much in his body.
Right,
But the factor we're not including is these fighters are cutting weight. So how much more of it is showing because they're dehydrated?
right.
Yeah, that's what Victor was saying on the video that I watched. But Yeah, it's pretty tricky. I try to ask a lot of questions because I really don't know. Like, that's I don't have a background in that stuff, and I've never used any of that stuff, so it's kind of like tricky. And I think most people on the internet, they might see like a 30-second video or a random post. Especially on Twitter, there's so much fake news, and they just kind of run with it. So there's so much misinformation just going around. So no one really knows for sure. I guess we just got to wait till we hear the actual results.
So let me ask you this: is there like some sanctioning body that's actually gonna? Because they making it seem like VADA is kind of not all the way 100% legit. Like it's kind of tubey-ish. That's my vibe I'm getting. That VADA is like not the criminally crim. But what is there a particular agency that we're looking that's official, and how long? How the fight's already been a month and a half ago, damn near a month. Like, do you know how long we're supposed to wait?
Is that
What
is
do you
that is that going off of what Espinosa said too? Like, oh, like the commission, they have like certain like labs that don't have what like Avada or
Right.
a snack has and stuff like
Right.
that. So they have a reputation of catching things that like the
Correct.
normal.
Other people go through.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but then again, at the same time, you're good, but then it's like politics come into play. Am I right with that, Rachel?
I'm kind of confused of the question, but I think if I understand the question, I think we need to clarify that VADA is just a testing authority. I don't know if you watched the chain of command video that I did. So it doesn't matter who they are. Like, they're just your freaking messenger. They're your guy from Uber that delivers your food. Like, if your food tastes like shit, that's not my fault, right? So the thing is the testing, the lab is WADA. So USADA uses WADA. VADA uses WADA. A lot of the collegiate sports use a WADA accredited lab. So that's the creme de la creme right now, is a WADA accredited lab. Now, I don't know. Someone was trying to argue with me that New York State Athletic Commission's lab is better, but first of all, New York State Athletic Commission is not doing the May 22nd testing. They're all going to Utah. Second, I don't know if New York State Athletic Commission is one of those commissions that use WADA accredited labs, because I tried to look for it on their website, but I couldn't find which
Well,
lab they're using. So
I do know New York is definitely tough on all they shit though. Like with the athletes, like yeah, fighting in the back, like you can't have nothing in the back. Like they don't want you eating on a damn horse. You know what I mean? Menthol or something like. But like yeah, they're pretty tough. So I definitely could see them using. But yeah, so it's WADA, it's USADA, and there's VADA.
mm,
Right?
you,
Yeah,
mm, mm, mm,
WADA, VADA,
wa-
USADA.
well, you can't put them all three in the same category because WADA is just the lab
Okay,
and
yeah,
the
you
protocol.
did say that. Okay,
Yeah, so
okay,
then you got to take those two out and put USADA and VADA on the same playing field.
okay.